Welcome back to another video with idnTV. Now, if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the family, welcome to the community. Make sure you hit the like button with the subscribe. That way when I post it comes straight to your phone. Now let's get into the Wack 100 is back in the news. Now we're talking about Big U, Wack 100, and Jim Jones. Now Jim Jones did a strategic move last night on Instagram Live and on Instagram. He posted a video of him and Big U. It looks like they were walking around in Harlem, and they just got finished doing an interview with the Check-In. It's called the Check-In podcast, which was created by Big U. Now, long story long, Jim Jones was accused by Tekashi 6ix9ine and Wack 100. Wack 100 is 6ix9ine's manager. They're accusing Jim Jones of being a federal informant simply because during that whole case with Tekashi 6ix9ine and the whole Treyway crew, they are insinuating that Jim Jones should be locked up as well. Jim Jones said that everybody after this podcast comes out owes him an apology. Now, fans on Clubhouse wanted to know what was going on with that whole apology explanation. Now, Wack 100 was asked a question about what does he think about it, and Wack 100 kept it real, and he said he had nothing to do about it. He has nothing to say about it. He's saying that this whole podcast is just publicity for Big U, and of course Big U and Wack 100 are friends, so he's just saying get your money. Now Wack 100 is pretty much saying money isn't involved, and this is the reason that they're hanging out. Big U's been home almost 15 plus years, and he says there's no reason why him and Jim Jones are just linking up. They could have been linked up. Now all of a sudden, since the pressure's on them or the heat is on them, not saying that it's true or the rumors are true, it wouldn't make sense for him to check in with Big U unless either it was money involved or he wants to clear his name. Now, me personally, I feel like Jim Jones is clearing his name on this podcast. I feel like Big U is asking him the questions that a lot of people are afraid to ask, and I feel like Jim Jones is just going to give his take on it, and he's going to explain the reason that this paperwork is floating around, which I feel like is false, and then also the insinuation of 6ix9ine saying that he snitched on his people. Now, the only thing that I found funny is why would he reach out to Big U? He could have had his own platform. He could have created a podcast strictly on him addressing the paperwork, and that could have been a bag for him. The first episode, the pilot episode, he could have got it on Spotify, and somebody would have paid. There's a lot of sponsors out here sponsoring and paying for a lot of BS podcasts and interview companies, so I'm sure he could have got a bag. So I don't know why he went to Big U unless Big U is giving him something and he's going to get something in return. Now, one thing that you guys don't understand is entertainment is entertainment. These guys are street or ex-street dudes, are involved in the streets, but there's no difference between Big U working with 6ix9ine or Big U working with Jim Jones. Think about it. 6ix9ine and Wack 100 are working together for money. Why can't Big U and Jim Jones work together, even if they're from different gangs in different parts of the area? Wack 100 keeps it real. He says that Big U is making a smart strategic move by actually doing this podcast with Jim Jones because he's going to get his views and is definitely going to promote this podcast. Now, last time that I checked, I think Big U had an interview with Quando Rondo, and I think Jim, this might be Jim, the only people that I could really think of. I think the Quando Rondo interview or podcast did pretty good, so it is what it is. Now Wack 100 said that Big U is very big on paperwork. Now with paperwork, he's saying that he's been in jail, he's been throughout the jail systems, so he really wants to know about this paperwork. Now I won't be surprised if this actual paperwork comes out during this podcast, and either he can validate this paperwork or he's gonna say it's fake. Now, like I keep saying, I feel like it's fake. I mean, because it would have been bigger than what it is. Like I said, I was gonna cover it at first, but it seemed like the paperwork was fishy. It looks like somebody kind of made it up. I want to see on a particular website where you can pull it up and you can scroll and we can see the hyperlinks in the actual web address. I don't want to see nothing else but screenshot. At the end of the day, I feel like this is all entertainment. It's good to see Jim Jones kind of coming out the light and speaking, but not speaking with his actions. If you guys didn't see what Jim Jones said, I'll have a quick clip here. Roll it.
So we've been outside all day. I got the big guy with me himself. You heard? Big U. I've been taking him through Harlem. We actually in a bodega right now. Just finished doing the interview. I'm high off that champagne and that Zai part of me. I'm sweating like that. But he got the show. Look, he got cameras on us at World Stars called Check-In. Now, he ain't come to check in. He just came to get some of this love, you heard? If you ain't got none of this love, I don't know how it's going to go for you, you heard? But all we doing is spreading love on this side, you heard? We got a lot of things straight. We on 12th Street, the infamous, you heard? RP to the infamous Frisch. Nobody going to ever do it like him, you heard? That's the truth. But we here, man. Don't nothing change, man. We always outside. If you'd like to come speak to me, come to Harlem. Come get some of this love. It won't change. You heard?
And of course, I know you guys have been seeing Wack 169 throughout all my videos accusing Jim Jones, so I'm not going to play it here. But let's talk about this in the comments, man. Me personally, I feel like this is great entertainment. It feels like we're getting to the bottom of this, finally getting to the bottom of this. So let me know how do you feel about this. Make sure you thumbs up the video. I really appreciate it. Get in the comments below. Make sure you use the timestamp so you can know exactly where you're getting in the video. Welcome to the community, IDN. I will catch you on the next video. Signing out.
I don't know. You got to ask Jim Jones and Big U. I ain't got nothing to do with that interview.
That part.
Yeah, leave that boy Wack out of that, man.
I ain't got. Yeah, I ain't got.
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't
What
say
the fuck that interview about?
I wasn't saying like that.
He ain't make interviews. He had whatever he.
Yeah, I don't know what that interview about, bro. We gotta wait and see the interview. At the end of the day, you know, apologies only come from weakness. Situations wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no.
That's right.
There's no element or no power, no human being or no man, right? Even though people think so, that can make your wrong right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I do know Big U's podcast is called Checking In, and it's kind of symbolic from what I see him doing, because people always get offended and they take it wrong when they say check in when you come out here. So you got to figure like Big U landed in New York. And it's kind of symbolic for him representing like, yo, it's nothing wrong with checking in. I'm checking in with Jim Jones. You know, you never know what he talking about. Jim in the history of music and had several situations he been confronted with. This is just not the first one. You know what I mean? Big U's been home, about 16, 17 years. I think he came home in 03, 04, something like that, right? What I will say is this, and this is, if he's attempting to do something, in all these years, you ain't never reached a Big U. So if you reach it to him now, right, it says something.
To me
all
too.
These years, you ain't never reached. You've been on your super blood shit. You know what I'm saying? Right? And that's cool, right? But you've never reached over there to yeah, when I come to your neighborhood, when I come to LA, I want to come walk through your neighborhood. In 16, 17 years, Big U been on doing all he been doing. Moving, doing all and doing. Big U been coming to New York. You ain't never reached to Big U for nothing. So
Big fact.
Black in here, tell him what to say, Punch.
Say the fucking green screen. Going in for like 2 hours, man. Yeah. If you ain't hear me the first time I said it, they give fucking apologies as loud as you stare to you.